Hello, everyone. Well, it's coming down to Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton. And I know a lot of people are upset about it. I have a lot of friends that are Bernie Sanders fans. All during the election or the primaries, they were talking about how much better Bernie Sanders is than Hillary Clinton. But yet, now that Sanders is not going to go in, they're going to vote for Hillary Clinton. I feel the same way about Donald Trump. Neither one of them belongs to in that White House. Not a single one. It's disappointing to see the whole movement about let's change things. Let's get things done. Let's quit doing the same old stuff that's not working. All that going to the wayside because they're going to vote for Hillary Clinton or Donald Trump. If you vote for either one of them, everything is going to stay the same. You know, there's a few things that just don't make no sense to anybody. Let's face it with the illegal aliens. There's jobs out there that we as Americans will not do. We need these illegal aliens. Should we grant them amnesty? I think that's something that we can agree on. Hopefully. Everybody seems to want their way or no way at all. I say give amnesty to ones that are trying, that are holding jobs, that are good law-abiding citizens of this country. You know, if you're here illegally and you're committing crimes, you should not be granted amnesty. You know, Trump talking about building a wall. Now that, as insane as it sounds, is not really that insane. If you think about it, back in the early days, all the immigrants would have to go to Ellis Island first, get processed, get investigated, and then let into this country. That's the same thing. We need to put up some kind of border and have the people come into this country through a gate some way or a border station, registered. Let's investigate them, and if they're not criminals, not terrorists, they should be let into this country. You know, we can't just let anybody walk in. Al Qaeda is walking right through Mexico and coming right up. ISIS is coming through Mexico and coming right up. You know, Donald Trump is not going to be able to pass all these bills or things that he thinks he's going to and repeal Obamacare when he becomes president. I've always said that we should have some kind of healthcare system in this country. But I'm not for free. I think we need to make it affordable, truly affordable. I remember Obama saying premiums will go down. It's just like buying stuff at Walmart. The big box stores, the more they buy, the cheaper we can get them for. Well, that didn't happen. Okay, we need to make that happen. You know, I've always believed that we should have a healthcare system in this country. I am not impressed with Obama's only because the cost has gone up, and if you don't get it, they fine you, and in time you can go to jail. I think that's ridiculous. And then there's stuff that I gotta have on my health insurance that doesn't even affect me. That's strictly for women, but I've got to still have it on my health insurance because it's got to be universal. I think shit like that needs to be changed. You know, the Republicans have no clue for a health plan. You know, do we need to tweak Obamacare? Yes, we do. Do we need to dissolve it? No, we don't. Hillary Clinton has done nothing except get rich off the American people. And y'all want her back in the White House. Or to put her in the White House, I should say. Come on, really? We need to band together and stop either one of them, Trump or Clinton, from getting in the White House. I'm really disappointed because all these Bernie Sanders fans screaming for changes, and want this, and the system doesn't work. We need to change the system. And their majority of them are going to vote for Hillary Clinton. With Hillary Clinton in the White House, everything's going to stay the same. It's going to be the same old politics all over again. When Trump gets in the White House, he's just going to protect the rich and big business, and yet y'all going to vote for him. Republicans, you are screaming about, Muslims coming in this country and preaching and changing laws to fit their mentality and their religion, or you don't want to hear about their religion. Well, some of us don't want to hear about your religion. This country was based on freedom, and I understand it was religious freedom mainly, but not all of us are religious people. What time I did spend in church, I was always taught, do not judge, only God can judge. But yet, most Christians judge gay people, abortion, and many other things. And it's not their place to judge. It's only God's place to judge. Now, as a father, if my daughter is raped, I believe she should be allowed to have an abortion freely if she gets pregnant from that. Now, women going out sleeping with a bunch of guys and keep getting pregnant and getting abortion after abortion after abortion, I do have issues with. But, if you're going to allow it, it needs to be allowed across the board. Immigrants are just coming to this country to find work and better themselves. When I lived in Florida, we had neighbors, and there would be a dozen or more living in a 3-bedroom house. And the Florida orange growers and the strawberry people and the blueberry people, they didn't pay very much. But it was still more than they made in their country. And they had to live that many in a house to make do. That's sad. If I had a chance to make a lot more money and better my life by going into Mexico illegally, I would do it. Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton do not care about the average American people. I do have issues like, I'm not cold-hearted. If you are disabled, you cannot work, you're unable to work, I am fine at helping you out. However, if you're going to live on entitlements because it's cheaper and less stress for you or less of a hassle for you to live by the government giving you handouts, I have an issue with that. I'm willing to work with you as long as you're willing to work yourself. I think most Americans feel that way. If you're not making it, let's help offset it. And a lot of these people talking about all the tax breaks and how much money big business is making and how they're not paying people. I agree, that is an issue. Like Walmart, in a quarter, they'll make, for an example, $350 million in a 3-month period, 4-month period, whatever a quarter is. And that would be profit. Now, you can't tell me, instead of $350 million, why don't they just clear $200 million and spend another $150 million in that quarter towards their employees to better their lives, better health care, better benefits. They can afford to do it. But at the same time, if John Smith, just using your name, John, I don't know you personally, if he builds a company with his own money and he puts his sweat, blood, and tears into this company, works 100 hours a week, and he builds it very successfully, and he bringing home $10 million a year, all right, you can't expect that man to offer the same benefits that Walmart does with bringing home $350 million in a quarter. All right, so I don't have a problem with having some kind of program to help offset that stuff. Now, everybody's talking about, Bernie Sanders fans talking about free medicine, free health care, free college. Who's going to pay for this? Our taxes. Wow. You know what? Most of these countries that have this stuff are paying anywhere between 36 to 60% taxes out of their check. I don't want to know about you, but I don't want 60% of my money going to taxes. I can't live on 40% of my money. I barely live now. If you can see my house behind me, it's a piece of crap house. It's all I can afford, and that's where I'm at. You know, I don't understand what's going on in America. You know, like the bathroom issue. Guess what? I'm 54 years old. I was in my 20s, and I used the bathroom in the woman's room. I didn't go after to molest anybody. The men's room was busy, full, and there was nobody in the women's bathroom, and I went in and took care of business. Alright? Now, I hate to break this to you, but other sexes have been using the bathroom for years. And some of these women that you see go in the bathroom, they're not really women. They're transgender. But you had no idea. And it's not bothered you in 30 years. Now some senator trying to make a name for her or himself brings up bathroom issue and everybody goes insane. You know, I don't want a government who's going to check people's pants in order to see what they got in their pants to decide what bathroom they go to. And all these people talking about cutting the deficit or cutting the military. You know, the military is spending too much. Well, you know, sometimes, a lot of times, what we buy in civilian world does not work in military life. I go back to the show The West Wing that was on. There was I'm not sure what season it was, but it was an example about an ashtray. A regular ashtray on a submarine, if you break, it shatters into thousands of pieces. And when you're underneath the water in the submarine and something's going on, you can't have glass flying all over the place. So yes, they need a better ashtray. In this example, the black ashtray broke into 3 pieces only. That's it. You can't have little pieces of glass going all around the friggin' submarine. I'm just using that for an example. I'm not sure if they allow smoking anymore on the submarines. But there's a reason they have to pay some extra stuff or pay a higher cost for things. You know, and everybody's like, well, too many military. There's millions of jobs. Military, civilian, and even for kids and businesses that depend on the military. I'm from a military family. I was in the military myself. I have no issues with the money we're spending on the military. Can we curb it back a little bit? Yes, we can. We can find ways. But we need the military. And we need them to be all over the world. Everybody says, well, you're sticking your nose into your own business that ain't belong to you. Well, you know what? We need to stop this stuff before it reaches our shores. Period. End of story. I would rather fight these terrorists over in their country than be fighting them in my country. I don't want more buildings blown up. I don't want more people killed because we're not fighting terrorists over there. I want our military over there. I want them to stop it over there. Some of it is going to come through. You can't be 100% on everything. Now, me, myself, I'm going to vote Libertarian. Now, everybody's going to say, oh, they don't have a chance to win. Well, they don't have a chance to win because you won't do nothing about it. You're going to vote for Hillary or you're going to vote for Donald Trump. You're going to get the same old shit that you don't like and that you've been complaining about and you've been screaming about change. Nothing's going to change. Everything's going to stay the same and you're just going to whine about it. We need to get their attention now. I'm not saying vote Libertarian. I'm saying we got 3 months, people. 3 months before this election. You need to see what other parties are out there that fit your agenda. We need to band together. If you all really want change, we the people have to do it. And voting for the same old BS again and again is not getting it done. I have a lot of liberal friends. They drive me crazy, but I do love them. You know, they have a lot of great ideas. I just don't agree with the way they want to pay for it. That's my biggest issue. And no offense to you guys. You guys are very hard to negotiate with. You know, I'm willing to negotiate. Why can't you meet me? Why can't we compromise? You know, it's like free education. I'm against free college. One of the things I got issues with, and I hope this don't sound bad, is a lot of people did not take advantage of free education through junior high and high school. And because of that, now we are paying for their food stamps. We're paying for their housing. We are paying for their medical. And now you want me to give them free college when they didn't even take advantage of the free education we offered in the first place. Now, I'm going to sound like I'm contradicting myself in some places, but I'm not. We just need to negotiate. It's like these illegal immigrants. All right? They're kids coming to this country. I believe that we should do amnesty for law-abiding, hard-working, illegal immigrants that are trying to better their lives and are law-abiding citizens. Until they are granted legal status, their children need to go to school. So if we do amnesty them, their kids have an education and they're not already behind. So there's some programs that are libertarian or liberal programs that I'm for. You know, I just don't know how to get through to everybody. This is the time. Unite America. See what's out there. Let's stop Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump both from getting to be president of the United States. There is a system in place if nobody gets enough electoral college. I'm not sure 100% what it is. I think it's the Speaker of the House or somebody like that takes temporary position of president, and there's another election held. Nobody wants, well, the last poll I saw, 60-something%, I think it was like 69%, did not want Hillary Clinton or Donald Trump as president. I am not alone. I don't want either one of them as president. Do research. Find out who these other candidates are. Say no to the same old stuff. If you're serious about change, get off your butts and vote for someone else. A vote for Hillary Clinton or a vote for Donald Trump is a vote for the same thing all over again. The same programs that are not working, the same BS that we are upset about is still going to continue. And they say, well, you know, Roe versus Wade, or, you know, the health care, oh, well, this is why I'm voting. BS. You're voting for a party line. That's it. You want changes because you know this stuff in the past has not worked. But now that your candidate didn't win, you're not going to vote for change. You're going to vote for the same old, same old. Wake up, America. Let's stop both of these idiots from being in the White House. This is Keith with OldMan Production, hoping in the next 90 days y'all will get your heads out of the sand and face the truth. We need to stop Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump from getting in the White House. Look what's out there.